All right, we're checking in on Capitol Hill this morning, and joining us this morning is Oklahoma Senator James Lankford. Senator, appreciate you joining us. I know you got quite a busy day ahead of you here on Capitol Hill, so we'll go ahead and get started so we can get you out of here. Only a couple hours away, right, from the confirmation hearing for Senator Markwayne Mullin. Curious from your perspective, what are some of the strengths you think that Senator Mullin brings to this role?
Yeah, he has good experience and background on a lot of these issues on Homeland Security. Obviously, we walk through a lot of these issues day to day here in Congress and trying to make decisions on it. He's literally going to be implementing some of the policies that he helped pass as a member of Congress. And so that's important. Unfortunately, all of us in Oklahoma that are legislators are very familiar with disasters and natural disasters. So we've worked with FEMA for years. That's a major part of Homeland Security is actually FEMA. We think about Homeland Security doing at ICE and CBP. That's a huge area, but so is Coast Guard, Secret Service, the Homeland Security investigators, TSA. All of those things are extremely important to the nation's national security. And Markwayne has good experience in all of those areas.
For sure, and it's interesting you bring up some of the things that he has experience in dealing with the Homeland Security and those certain aspects. Curious what you think would be maybe some of the top priorities that should be addressed here pretty quick if and when he gets nominated, I should say.
Well, thankfully, our border is very secure now. That's happened over the past year. Some of the leadership team, I'm sure Markwayne will leave in place at that point, but FEMA is untouched. There's some studies that have been done in the past year on how to be able to improve FEMA, but there hasn't been work to actually get that done. I would assume that's going to be a very rapid piece for him to be able to take on. Job number one is trying to get funding for all these areas. Democrats are blocking funding for all areas of Homeland Security because they're mad at ICE at this point. And so because they're mad at ICE, they're also blocking funding for Coast Guard, for TSA agents, for Secret Service, for Homeland Security investigators, for customs officials that are at our airports and ports of entry. We're trying to get that turned back on again. That's going to be, I would assume, his first focus. We've got 250,000 federal employees that are not being paid right now in Homeland Security. Many are on furlough. So this is a big issue. It's got to be addressed and got to be solved right now. That's an area I've been working on for now a month to be able to get fixed. And I think we're finally getting close to that. But we're going to need Markwayne Mullin's help to be able to help push this over the line.
Certainly, we'll be keeping an eye on that confirmation hearing coming up here in a couple hours. Senator Lankford, curious if we can switch over to the war in Iran right now. How do you view the state of the relationship right now between the United States and Iran?
Yeah, it's been a struggle since 1979, actually. This is not new. Iran has attacked the United States or Americans 180 times in the last 4 years. It's become so common to hear about another attack from the Houthis or Hezbollah or Hamas or from Shia militants in Iraq. We have about 750,000 Americans that live in that region, whether it be in Jordan or Israel or Turkey or Saudi Arabia or UAE. 750,000 Americans live there in that area, and they're constantly under attack from Iran and Iranian proxies on it. So this is the president saying, you're going to stop attacking Americans wherever we are. So America stands with Americans wherever they stand, and we want to make sure that we actually stop this regime. Now, I do want to remind people, our problem is not with the Iranian people. The Iranian people live under the oppression of this regime as well. Our problem is the regime that's at the top that is working on building a nuclear weapon, that constantly is attacking our neighbors and attacking Americans that live in the area through acts of terrorism and otherwise. We want to be able to make that stop. And so that's what the president's trying to focus on as fast as possible to be able to get that attacks on Americans to end.
Sure. And really quickly, Senator, if you wouldn't mind, Joe Kent obviously resigning his spot yesterday. Yep. Curious just what your thoughts are on how significant that really is.
Yeah, it's interesting for Joe Kent to be able to step away from his position. That is very different than, for instance, the director of CIA, John Ratcliffe, who has been very outspoken to say, no, there is a direct threat. I can also take you to the 180 attacks that have happened in the last 4 years against Americans in the area to not just show there is a threat. There have actually been Americans losing their lives because Iran is constantly trying to be able to attack us. So there is a difference of opinion here. Some people say if Iran can't launch a missile and hit Tulsa, then they're not a threat to us. I would tell you, for the Americans that live and work in that region, they would tell you Iran is a constant threat to them, and they live in constant fear of Iranian attacks on them. So we want to make sure that we are actually protecting Americans wherever they live and work.
Sure. Well, like I mentioned in the beginning, Senator Lankford, I know you're really busy this morning, so appreciate you taking some time and joining us.
You bet. Glad to do it. Keep praying for the nation.